Friends, welcome to Social Science class 9th. Today we will discuss the question answers of our first chapter of economics, the story of village Palampur. We will solve the exercise of textbook from page number 14. Our first question is every village in India is surveyed once in 10 years during the census, and some of the details are presented in the following format. Fill up the following based on information on Palampur. First is location, second total area of the village, third land use in hectares. Location. Palampur is located 3 km from Raiganj, which is a big village. The nearest town is Shahpur. It is well connected with neighboring villages and towns. An all-weather road connects the village to Raiganj and further to the nearest small town of Shahpur. Total area of the village. The total area of the Palampur village is 246 hectares. Land use in hectares. Irrigated land is 200 hectares and unirrigated land is only 20 hectares. Facilities. Medical facility. There is a primary health center run by the government and one private dispensary. Educational facilities. Palampur has 2 primary schools and 1 high school. Market. Market has some general stores and shops selling eatables. Electricity supply. Most of the houses have electric connections. It powers the tube well and is used in various small businesses. Communication. A well developed system of roads and transport. Nearest town Shahpur. Our second question is modern farming methods require more inputs which are manufactured in industry. Do you agree? Answer is yes. It is true that modern farming methods require more inputs which are manufactured in industry. For example, HYV seeds, insecticides, pesticides, and chemical fertilizers needed for increasing the yield per hectare are all manufactured industries. Farmers use farm machinery like tractors, threshers, and also combine harvesters, which are also manufactured in industries. Tubewell equipment and water pumps are used for irrigation, also manufactured in industries. Our next question is how did the spread of electricity help farmers in Palampur? Most of the houses in Palampur have electricity connections. Electricity powers all the tube wells in the fields that help to irrigate much larger areas of land more effectively as compared to the traditional Persian wheel drawn by bullocks. Since the entire cultivated area of 200 hectares had come under irrigation farmers did not have to depend on rainfall and could grow multiple crops. It helps small businesses run their machinery like Mishri Lal's sugarcane crushing machine. Our next question is it important to increase the area under irrigation? Why? Yes, it is important to increase the area under irrigation because water is very essential for agriculture. In India, the rainfall is unevenly distributed in the country, and if rainfall is less, then production will be low and they will be only able to grow one crop in a season. With good irrigation, it will be possible to do multiple cropping, helping to increase the yield per hectare. Question number 5. Construct a table on the distribution of land among the 450 families of Palampur. The answer is distribution of land among the 450 families of Palampur. Farmers with no land, mainly Dalits, 150 families. Farmers with less than 2 hectares, 240 families. Farmers with more than 2 hectares, 60 families. The total 450 families. Here we will write total 450 families. Question number 6. Why are the wages for farm laborers in Palampur less than minimum wages? The answer is the minimum wages for a farm laborers set by the government are rupees 60 per day, but wages of farm laborers in Palampur are less than minimum wages because there is heavy competition for work among the farm laborers in Palampur. So people agree to work for lower wages. Question number 7. In your region, talk to 2 laborers. Choose either farm laborer or laborers working at construction sites. What wages do they get? Are they paid cash or kind? Do they get work regularly? Are they in depth? Answer is in our region there are 2 laborers, namely Ram Khilwan and Basanti. You can write any other names also, who are husband and wife working as casual constructing laborers. Due to drought, they had to leave their village in search of employment. They get approximately 50 to 60 rupees per day, which they are paid in cash. They do not get work regularly because there are a large number of workers seeking employment, due to which they agree to work for low wages. Because of irregular work and low wages, they are unable to fulfill their needs and are in debt. Question number 8. What are the different ways of increasing production on same piece of land? Use examples to explain. Very important question. First one is multiple cropping and use of modern farming methods are two different ways of increasing production on the same piece of land. That is, first is multiple cropping. Multiple cropping, when more than one crop is grown on a piece of land during the year, it is known as multiple cropping. It is the most common way to increase production on a given piece of land. All farmers in Palampur grow at least two main crops. Many are growing potatoes as the third crop in the past 15 to 20 years. Second is use of modern farming methods. Modern farming methods also help to increase the yield per hectare. Farmers of Punjab, Haryana, and Western Uttar Pradesh were the first to try modern farming methods in India. The farmers in these regions set up tube-wells for irrigation and made use of HYV seeds, chemical fertilizers, and pesticides in farming. Some also used farm machinery like tractors and threshers, which made plowing and harvesting faster. They were rewarded with high yields of wheat, increasing from 1300 kg per hectare to 3200 kg per hectare with HYV seeds. Our next question: describe the work of a farmer with 1 hectare of land. A farmer having 1 hectare of land for farming is called a subsistence farmer because 1 hectare of land is too less for even the sustenance of a small family. Production is very low and it is very difficult for the farmer to provide for his family. Apart from working on his own field, he has to work on the field of the rich farmers or work as a casual laborer to survive. The small farmer has no irrigation facilities. He has no working capital, so he is also not able to buy modern machinery, HYV seeds, or insecticides and pesticides. In the absence of capital, he has to take loan from money lenders who charges a high interest rate. He is rarely able to repay the loan and eventually falls into a debt trap. Question number 10. How did the medium and large farmers obtain capital for farming? How is it different from the small farmers? Answer is modern farming methods such as use of HYV seeds, insecticides, pesticides, etc. require a great deal of capital, so the farmer needs more money than before. The medium and large farmers have their own savings from farming. They are thus able to arrange for the capital needed. In contrast, the small farmers have to borrow money to arrange for the capital. They borrow from large farmers or the village moneylenders or the traders who supply various inputs for cultivation. The rate of interest on such loans is very high. They are put to great distress to repay the loan, which is not so in the case of medium and large farmers. 11th question. On what terms did Savita get a loan from Tejpal Singh? Would Savita's condition be different if she could get a loan from the bank at a low rate of interest? Answer is Savita, a small farmer, in order to cultivate wheat on her 1 hectare of land, decided to borrow money from Tejpal Singh, a large farmer, on the following terms. Tejpal Singh agreed to give Savita the loan at an interest rate of 24% for 4 months, which is a very high interest rate. Savita also has to promise to work on his field as farm laborer during the harvest season at rupees 35 per day. The rate of interest charged by Tejpal Singh was higher than that of banks. If Savita had taken the loan from the bank, interest would have been lower and she could have easily repaid the loan, and her condition would have been far better. Next question is, talk to some old residents in your region and write a short report on the changes in irrigation and changes in production methods during the last 30 years. On talking to two old residents, Ramlal and Dharam Singh, I came to know about the irrigation methods that were traditionally in use in our area. They told me that earlier they were dependent on rainfall and later on they started to use the Persian wheel to draw water from the well. With the development of technology, tubewells were used for more better and effective irrigation. In the farming methods, traditionally they plowed the fields with plows drawn by bullocks, which was a very difficult and time consuming process. They used to ordinary seeds and cow dung manure for fertilization. However, with changes in technology, the farmers started using HYV seeds, chemical fertilizers, insecticides, and pesticides, and modern machinery like tractors and threshers, which has led to an increase in yield per hectare and improved the lives of the farmers. Now we will solve the exercise on the textbook page number 15. Our next question means question number 13 is, what are the non farming activities taking place in your region or Palampur? Make a short list. Answer is first is dairy is a common activity in many families of our region. Some people are involved in small scale manufacturing in their homes or in the fields like production of jaggery by Mishri Lal. A few people are involved as shopkeepers and traders who buy various goods from the wholesale market in the cities and sell them in the villages. Some people near the bus stand have opened shops selling eatables. Some people are in the transportation sector, ferrying people and carrying goods from one place to another in different types of vehicles. People like Kareem opened a computer class center and also provided employment to two women who had a diploma in computer application. Question number 14. What can be done so that non-farm production activities can be started in villages? First one is bank should provide loans at low interest rates so that the poor villagers can start some business to help them earn a living. Government should be more active and start an effective employment generating schemes. Government should provide training to the villagers in different small crafts. Government should provide facilities for transportation and selling of locally manufactured goods of the villagers in the cities. Industries can be set up in rural areas. Thank you.